Hello, Kentucky. It's official. Caleb Wilson has canceled his visit to Arkansas. Is this guy coming straight to Kentucky? That's big for Pope and all the guys on the blue team. Let's get to the news. But first, sign up to receive more news. The news that Caleb Wilson has canceled his visit to Arkansas is an unexpected stroke of luck for the Kentucky Wildcats. More than a clue, it's a sign that the chances of Mark Pope getting the first big win in his tenure continue to increase. To begin with, the possibility of Wilson visiting Arkansas was the last piece that could change the course of his recruitment, putting the Fayetteville team in the running for an elite player. Arkansas planned the visit carefully, trying to impress Wilson and open a gap to overcome the favoritism of Kentucky. But now, the cancellation of the trip is a clear indication that Wilson is closer to deciding his future without this visit. And that has huge implications for Kentucky. It's worth noting that Wilson, a five-star forward, was in attendance for Kentucky's big win over Duke in the Champions Classic, an event that marked the first significant victory of the Pope era against a top 10 opponent. The atmosphere of the game, the energy of the crowd, and, most importantly, Pope's tactical command must have left a mark. Kentucky defeated 6th-ranked Duke in a game that should have served as a showcase for the team's potential under the new leadership. And for a recruit like Wilson, who is looking for more than just a place to play, he's looking for a stage to build his career on. This victory could have been a game-changer. Pope's tenure brings a new face to a Kentucky team that over the years has been known for its intensity and for producing NBA-ready talent. But under Pope, there's an expectation of modernization and adjustment, of a dynamic that adapts to the new pace of college basketball, and Caleb Wilson is all about that new moment. His presence in the stands at the Champions Classic was a nod not only to the team, but to the direction Kentucky is headed. Wilson got to see firsthand what Pope is building. A team that not only competes but challenges the big boys, that steps up when the situation calls for it. Wilson is one of those players who can change the course of a team. With his five-star talent, he would make an immediate impact for the Wildcats. This is a young man who has already proven himself and who, under Pope, would have every opportunity to develop even further. It's not just Wilson's potential that makes him such a coveted target, but his ability to fit into Pope's scheme. Both share a vision for the game that is fast, intense, and, at the same time, strategically aligned with what the championship expects. There are still a number of factors that could change the situation. The recruiting process is never certain until the contract is signed. But at this point, Kentucky is emerging as the clear favorite to sign Caleb Wilson. And that's something Wildcats fans have every reason to celebrate. Let's get moving. The show is about to begin. The team is already doing very well. Now that Jasper Johnson has been confirmed, Malachi Moreno is only going to get better. The arrival of Jasper Johnson and Malachi Moreno to the Kentucky Wildcats brings a special flavor to BBN. After the monumental victory over Duke, which consolidated the Mark Pope era with a triumph over an elite opponent, the officialization of these two names means more than just added talent to the roster. It represents a promising future for Kentucky under Pope, who is already beginning to show a unique ability to attract great prospects. For Mark Pope, a coach who took over with the mission of renewing and elevating Kentucky's prestige, Moreno's signing seems particularly symbolic. With enthusiasm, Pope did not hold back in his praise for the center, describing him as the best in his class in the country. Moreno is a complete player, a passer with rare vision for someone at his position, capable of reading the game surgically, with an impressive physical presence and the promise of becoming an elite shooter. Pope sees in him not only technical skills, but an emotional connection that is crucial for a high-level athlete. Growing up in Kentucky, Moreno always dreamed of wearing the iconic Wildcats uniform, and now it has become a reality. In his own words, he expresses the fulfillment of a childhood dream, which gives even more meaning to his journey to this point. Local players who enter the program with this emotional connection often have an impact far beyond statistics, carrying with them state pride and a responsibility that raises the level of dedication. Moreno, with his identification with the Wildcats and the desire to make history, represents not only a technical gain, but a symbol of the spirit that Pope seeks to cultivate. Jasper Johnson, another promising talent, signed his commitment in Atlanta during the OTE signing event, highlighting the national recognition that his career has gained. He arrives in Kentucky to add a dynamic addition to the package of talent assembled by Pope. Johnson has a versatile style of play that perfectly matches the coach's vision, creating faster and more accurate attacking possibilities, an increasingly important need to compete at a high level in college basketball. For Pope, the signings of Johnson and Moreno implement a talent base that is already impacting the 2025 recruiting class, and the pursuit of five-star forward Caleb Wilson continues. If Pope's first victory over Duke put the Wildcats back on the map as a college basketball powerhouse, these new signings represent a future that promises to elevate Kentucky even further. With Moreno and Johnson officially on the BBN, fans can already expect a season of growth and achievements, with committed players who enter the court with the desire to honor the jersey and take Kentucky to the top. And with Caleb Wilson as the target, this team will make a difference. What do you think? Comment.